Welcome to Podcast UK.
In this, one of our shorter Cappuccino Break episodes, we invite you to sit back and relax with your favourite hot drink and enjoy this mini podcast on plastic surgery.
Hi, I'm Sanjay Majumdar, plastic surgery consultant from the UK, and this episode of Podplast UK is on nerve injuries. And as we're about to, hang on.
Good evening. My name is Matt Stone, and we interrupt this scheduled broadcast to bring you some breaking news. Unfortunately, we're receiving confirmed reports that there has been a nerve injury. Details are scarce at the moment, but it sounds like this could be a full transection situation. Fortunately, our roving reporter, Helen Capitelli-McMahon, Plastics Registrar, is at the scene. Hi Helen, can you hear us?
Yes, Matt, I can hear you. It's absolute carnage here. I must warn you that some of the details can be quite graphic and they may be disturbing to sensitive listeners. As you may have heard, there has been a nerve injury. It may well be catastrophic for the limb and patient.
Oh no.
There are emergency services everywhere. Matt, let me just get somewhere a bit quieter.
Do we have any information on casualties at this point?
Some nerve cell death, yes. Regrettably, some of the cell bodies in the dorsal root ganglia have undergone programmed cell death. They've shrunk, fragmented, and essentially chromatolysis has occurred and death by apoptosis. It's tragic. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon to have some cell death with peripheral nerve injury.
That's terrible to hear, and of course all of us at Podplast News UK send our thoughts and prayers. What's happening distally?
Debris, lots of it. Devitalised axons and myelin are clogging up the endoneural tubes. Even if the surgeons reconnect the nerves now, there is no way any regenerating axons can get through the debris as things stand. Oh, no, wait. There's just been an announcement. The process of Wallerian degeneration is going to start. This is brilliant news, Matt.
Wallerian degeneration? That sounds like a major development, but also quite complex. Could you explain to our listeners what exactly that is, Helen?
Well, to get the ball rolling, the Schwann cells have become de-differentiated, stopped myelin production, and rolled up their sleeves to start to clear the debris through phagocytosis. And also, and this is an important also, Matt, the Schwann cells have sent out chemical messages to recruit macrophages. And here they come! I can see the first batch of macrophages arriving at the site of nerve injury already. These guys really are the heavy lifters in debris removal. Wow! The macrophages are also releasing growth factors. They're stimulating Schwann cells and fibroblast proliferation. This is debris clearing on hyperdrive.
That sounds like that could take a little while. What's next after the axonal and myelin debris is cleared? Can the regenerating axons start travelling in the endoneural tubes to the end organs again?
Not quite, Matt. It's a bit like a structural collapse in a tunnel in the Alps. Once the debris has been cleared, the overhead lights need to be turned back on to allow cars to see where they're going. Similarly, the new axons will need some direction of where to go. So in stage 2 of the Wallerian degeneration process, after the clearance of myelin debris, the Schwann cells will proliferate on the remaining endoneural tubes and collectively create what's known as the bands of Bugner, and the hollow tube that is formed shall provide a path for regenerating axons to regrow. This is amazing to see, this coordinated Wallerian degeneration in action.
I know that Wallerian degeneration only happens to the nerve distal to the injury, but what's happening proximally? Can you see anything from where you're at, Helen?
Yes, Matt. The injured axons are dying back. I understand that they are going to die back to the next node of Ranvier. And then the magic starts. Axonal regeneration. From that most distal node of Ranvier, as many as 50 to 100 nodal sprouts will soon appear and mature into a growth cone. Then, within hours of the injury, the growth cone will start sending out filopodia to sample the microenvironment.
I'm sure many of our listeners will be concerned who's going to help and guide these new baby axons. Helen, please can you reassure our listeners that they're not being left to look after themselves?
Not at all, Matt. The filopodia and the growth cone are being so well looked after by so many volunteer cells, Matt. It's so heartwarming.
Oh, that's reassuring.
The Schwann cells and the macrophages are not only clearing the endoneural tubes, but are also the main source of these neurotrophic growth factors, promoting axonal regeneration. The local tissues are also secreting growth factors. The teamwork is just amazing to see. Every cell seems to be multitasking, rolling up their sleeves, and helping however they can. It's fantastic. I can see many varieties of neurotrophic factors being supplied for the regeneration cause. We have nerve growth factor here, ciliary neurotrophic factor, insulin-like growth factor, interleukin-1, and so many others. The neurotrophic, with the H in the spelling, factors are promoting axonal regeneration, improving cell survival by preventing apoptosis, promoting regeneration factors in the neurons and in the Schwann cells. Oh my gosh, so many things. These neurotrophic factors with the H are just amazing, promoting the general non-selective and non-directional growth of the baby axons. So that's why they are trophic, spelt with the H.
But how are the axons being guided into the correct endoneural tubes, Helen? I mean, if motor axons entered the wrong endoneural tubes, they could end up at sensory endings rather than motor end plates, and they'd be useless. And the same if sensory axons ended up in the wrong endoneural tubes. This could be a functional catastrophe.
Not to worry, Matt. These support cells know exactly what to do, and I have been reliably informed that there is a cunning plan, codename neurotropism, spelt like neurotrophism, but without the H. Specific growth factors are being produced by a variety of cells, including local tissue, denervated motor and sensory receptors. Then the neurotropic factors, that's neurotropic spelt without the H, are delivered to the regenerating growth cones to ensure each axon knows exactly which endoneural tube to enter. Essentially, the neurotropic factors guide the axons to pick the correct tubes, promoting selective and directional growth, and ensuring tissue specificity in nerve regeneration. So motor axons go to the motor end plates, and sensory axons go to sensory receptors. It's like an aeroplane on a runway being guided to the correct bay by the aircraft marshals with their glow sticks. Very clever stuff, this. Very impressive. So, to help folk remember the difference, the neurotrophic, spelt with the H, are trophic and promote general nutrition and growth, whilst the neurotropic factors, without the H, help axons pick the correct path, so selective and directional growth.
Wow. Well, it sounds like every aspect of the regenerative process has been planned. Will we even need any help from the surgeons?
Yes, Matt. Great regeneration plan. But the surgeons have to do their part to ensure optimal results. You know, careful decontamination of the field, followed by meticulous, tension-free epineural repair done under magnification and with accurate vesicular matching up, and covering with well-vascularized tissue. I understand that the surgical team is being assembled as we speak to ensure that the nerve repair is done in a timely fashion.
So, it sounds like every detail has been accounted for. Presumably, we'll soon get everything back to normal and a good recovery can be expected.
Regrettably, never 100% recovery in an adult. As we reported, some nerve cell bodies have sadly perished in the dorsal root ganglia, and at the glacial nerve regeneration pace of 1 millimetre per day, some motor end plates furthest from the injury would regrettably have disappeared by the time the axons reach them. However, still, we are hoping for a good, functional result as possible, and no neuroma. thanks to this amazing team of cells and the complex process of nerve regeneration. What a team, what a brilliant process. Back to you in the studio, Matt.
Well, thank you to you, Helen, for that comprehensive and thoroughly riveting report. Fingers crossed for both the nerve and the patient. And thank you to you, all our listeners at home. We'll of course bring you any more updates as they come in.
If you or someone you know have been affected by any of the issues raised in this report, help and support is available. Please get in touch with us via the comment section of Podplus UK.
Podplus UK is a collaboration between UK and Irish plastic surgery trainees and consultants. The content reflects individuals' practice and opinions may vary. If you have any feedback, do get in touch. We hope that this has been interesting and useful. If it has, remember to follow us for future sessions.